Not family, not a BTS member. Who was the woman welcoming Jungkook upon his return? Hello ARMY. The whisper before the storm. T was supposed to be a quiet day. No press release, no official camera crews, no red carpet. And yet, it became the most talked about moment in K-pop. Jungkook, the youngest, most elusive member of BTS, had just finished his military service. Fans knew it would be emotional. They expected tears, smiles, maybe even a wave from afar. But no one expected her. A woman, unknown to the world, standing in silence near the edge of the frame, cloaked in mystery. Who was she? Why was she there, just as Jungkook returned? And most importantly, why did he smile at her like that? This wasn't just a moment. This was the beginning of a storm. The countdown ends. For over a year, armies around the world counted down the days. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, Jakarta to Johannesburg, fans marked calendars with tiny hearts on the day Jungkook would finally be free. The day finally came. There was no large celebration. Jungkook didn't want a crowd. The media had no official photos. But a few dedicated fans were there, holding their breath behind fences and cold air. And then, he appeared. Wearing his military uniform, looking older, stronger, and somehow softer all at once. He took measured steps, head slightly down, lips pressed in what looked like an attempt to remain neutral. But when he reached the black fan, he paused. And that's when she appeared. The woman who broke the silence. She wasn't flashy. She wore black, head to toe. A long trench coat, a soft scarf, oversized glasses. Her face was mostly hidden. But even in her stillness, she drew attention. She stood still, like she had been waiting. Not pacing like staff. Not filming like fans. Not greeting like family. She simply waited. When Jungkook saw her, he stopped. There wasn't a hug. There wasn't a wave. But something far more powerful happened. A smile. Gentle, knowing. The kind of smile you only give to someone who holds a piece of your heart. And just like that, the internet exploded. The viral shockwave. Within 30 minutes, that clip, less than 8 seconds long, was being posted, reposted, slowed down, and analyzed in real time. Who is that woman? Became the top trending topic on Twitter worldwide. YouTube live streams began replaying the moment in loops. Armies on TikTok started creating theories, fan edits, and reaction videos. Some fans swore they'd seen her before. Others pointed out her bracelet. It resembled one Jungkook was spotted wearing during his solo promotions. Still more noticed something else, her stance. Her calmness. Her presence. She didn't act like someone meeting a celebrity. She stood like someone who knew him personally. The deep dive begins. Fan detectives quickly mobilized. Facial recognition threads. Jewelry comparisons. Body language experts. Thousands of armies from all over the world joined the effort. Some said she might be a former Big Hit staff member. Others believed she was a non-celebrity friend. A few speculated she could be connected to the team that helped Jungkook in his solo album promotions. But the most emotional and controversial was speculation that she was someone he loved. A secret girlfriend? A longtime partner? A soulmate hidden from public view? Silence from HYBE, storm from fans. Usually, when rumors spiral out of control, HYBE steps in with a statement. But this time, they didn't. Not a word. Not a denial. Not a confirmation. This silence created two camps. Those who respected Jungkook's privacy, and those who wanted answers, claiming it was their right to know. But amid this chaos, a third voice began to rise. The mature ARMY. They said, Jungkook has always given us his everything. His voice, his time, his tears. If this woman is special to him, then maybe we don't need to know who she is. Maybe it's enough to know he smiled. The reactions that broke our hearts. All across the world, fans began posting letters. Not letters of anger, but letters of acceptance. One fan from Argentina wrote, "I've loved Jungkook since I was 15. I'm 23 now. If he's happy, I am too." A fan from Indonesia posted, "She must be a good person. Otherwise, he wouldn't have smiled like that." A fan from Korea simply said, "She waited. And so did we. But her wait was closer, braver, quieter. She deserves that smile." Was this all planned? Days passed, and new theories emerged. Some fans suggested the entire scene was not accidental. Her timing was too perfect. Her distance too carefully chosen. Jungkook's reaction too natural, as if he had expected her. And maybe he had. Maybe she had been there all along. Not in the spotlight. Not in rumors. But in the background, supporting him silently. Love in the time of idols. This moment reopened a conversation we often avoid. Can idols fall in love? For years, K-pop trained us to think of idols as untouchable, single, and emotionally reserved. But Jungkook was never that kind of idol. He shared his fears, his mistakes. He cried openly. He expressed gratitude like someone who had seen both darkness and light. So why should he be denied something as human as love? If that woman was someone he loved, shouldn't we trust his choice? Beyond the mystery, a lesson in growth. In truth, we may never know who she is. She may never appear again. Her name may never be revealed. But the moment she shared with Jungkook taught us more than we expected. It reminded us that even global stars have private hearts. Even idols deserve someone waiting at the finish line. Even we, as fans, must grow with them, not hold them back. The woman at the edge of the frame. She didn't speak. She didn't wave. She didn't even remove her mask. But in 8 seconds, she became a symbol. Not of scandal. Not of secrecy. But of what it means to wait for someone you love, quietly, respectfully, faithfully. And maybe that's the kind of love Jungkook deserves. A message to ARMY. To every fan who cried that day. To every heart that broke a little. To every voice that whispered, "Is he still ours?" Know this? He always was. And always will be. But now, maybe he's someone else's too. And that's okay. Because the best kind of love is the one that grows. Not just for the idol, but for the person behind the stage, behind the fame, behind the smile. Jungkook. Welcome home. And whoever was there to meet you, thank you.